on. Let's talk about Troy Weaver because he's been, dude. People are so funny when they talk about Troy Weaver. But anyways, do you want Troy Weaver to spend this offseason or wait next year to make a splash by signing someone like Jaylen Brown?
Yeah, so this Jaylen Brown stuff is very interesting to me.
Yeah.
A lot of people have been trying to dissect what his comments have been. If you guys don't know, Jaylen Brown says he gets a lot of criticism from Celtics fans, and a lot of the Celtics fans throw the N-word at him when he doesn't do well. And he kind of like talked about it after a press conference, saying like, like they don't appreciate me here. He's like, I know some Celtics fans are loyal. He's just like, but if I don't do well, I get Twitter messages, them that call me the N-word and stuff like that, which I just think is really unacceptable.
Yeah.
Like if you're a fan, like you shouldn't lower yourself to doing that, calling people names, especially a racial slur like that. I think it's unacceptable as Celtics fans, but I mean, that's Boston's fans to the core. If we're being honest, Boston's fans are pretty trashy. But there was an article from Sean Devaney, and he had 5 teams that he could see Jaylen Brown going to, and the Pistons were not on that list.
Oh, okay. So, well, okay, who are on this guy's list, though? And were they all contenders?
They were all contenders outside of Atlanta.
Oh,
which
okay.
I don't really consider Atlanta contenders because I just think they kind of peaked.
Yeah.
And they had like one good offseason going to the Eastern Conference Finals, and they decided to open the checkbook, and it's kind of backfired on them.
And we'll see how it goes with Dante Murray, too,
Yeah.
Troy,
I would love Jaylen Brown here, by the way. I think a lot of people are like, he's going to be a free agent in 2024. Maybe we should just sign a bunch of one-year deals and try to, get him out of Boston. Because there's talks about him wanting to kind of be the face of the franchise, like being the guy. And I think I would probably say 100% of Pistons fans would be all on board of signing Jaylen Brown, giving him a max contract because he's in his prime. He would be a number 1 option next to Cade Cunningham and Jaden Ivey. And that would kind of elevate the Pistons to being, not so much a play-in team, but a playoff contender in the Eastern Conference. Because this guy's averaging 27 points a game, kind of playing next to Jason Tatum, not being like a number 1 option. He's a second option. It's kind of like a second fiddle to Jason Tatum. I think if the Pistons went out and signed him, I think a tandem of him and Cade and Jaden Ivey and James Wiseman, man, that would be incredible for the city of Detroit. I don't know if the Pistons can do it, though. I don't know if they can kind of convince Jaylen Brown to, take less money because he can sign like a huge super max. I think it was like 5 years, $280 million, I read. So you have to take one less year and less money to come to Detroit. But, man, we can hope.
Boston's had him and Jason Tatum working for a few seasons together now. I don't know if they ever win a championship, the two of them together, but, Eastern Conference Finals. That was – I mean, they got to the NBA Finals. What am I talking about? But they lost. So they have made it. They've got there, but can they get over the hill as the two of them? That's what you have to wonder. But if you dangle a top 3 pick, like what we can't do, that's pretty interesting. But back to my original thing. Do I want Troy Weaver to do some stuff this offseason? Yeah, 100%. And if there is just a small percentage of Jaylen Brown saying, yeah, I want to go play in Detroit, I think you wait this offseason. You hold off for a year. You try to play for the play-in, make it more enticing of a destination for guys, and then you go all in on Jaylen Brown because I think he would fit so well next to Ivy and Cade Cunningham. That would just be phenomenal to get a guy like him on this team.
So do you kind of want to have the Lakers approach from a few years ago where they just signed a bunch of guys to one-year deals just to keep, options open for, I believe it was LeBron they were trying to go after, and obviously they got him.
Yeah.
Everyone was signing one-year deals. So you kind of want to have that one-year deal approach, give a couple of vets a one-year deal, try to push for the play-in. If it doesn't happen, then just throw the bag at Jaylen Brown and hope that he wants to be, the guy for the Detroit Pistons.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at the free agency, the upcoming. It's not that good of a class this year.
It's not.
It's really not. I mean, I don't see anybody that I'm looking at the list right now. I don't really see anybody that I would really want that I think moves the needle that much. I mean, I wouldn't be mad at it like a Josh Hart signing, but that's a minimal deal. You know what I'm saying? That doesn't break your bank. You can sign him and you can still have money to play with later on. But really I'm not that excited. I'm not that excited about free agents. I would be willing to go the Lakers route, signing a couple guys to 1-year deals and then making a big splash next offseason. I'm totally down with that. That's fine with me.
Yeah, I mean, there's guys like, Chris Middleton, which I doubt Chris Middleton's leaving Milwaukee. There's guys like Cameron Johnson, who we talked about a couple weeks ago,
Yeah.
that, he's not really asking for a whole lot. I doubt he wants a 1-year deal. He probably wants some more stability. There's not a whole lot of guys in this class where you're jumping up and down saying, we got to throw the bag to him.